I'm a little early on my live chat. It should be tomorrow about motivation. But tonight, something big happened. For the city of Port Richey, we were able to decriminalize cannabis. And that means that less people will be going to jail for harmless crimes. You know, when I started MagicalButter, it was to help a friend with Crohn's disease. And now I've understood that cannabis has immense uses for public health. It is not the root of many problems. However, it could be a solution to a lot of them. For example, cannabis creates jobs. Jobs mean less poverty. Less poverty means less crime. You know, and so when we can stop arresting people, because what winds up happening is we arrest somebody for a simple cannabis possession, and then they get stuck in a cycle because next time they get picked up for something, they already have an arrest on their record, and it's just worse and worse and worse. And we need to stop imprisoning people. We're in America, the freest country in the world, and we have the highest prison population. So it starts with making common sense decisions by law enforcement to arrest people that are hurting society and support people that are here to get to the root of the problem. And today, we had a city council that understood the benefits of simply giving somebody a ticket. And one day, future forward, as people start to look at this, they're going to say, you know, we never should have arrested people for simple cannabis use. Now, if somebody does something stupid while on cannabis, that's a whole different set of scenarios and a different playbook. But for simple use of a non-harmful, non-lethal molecule, we should not imprison people. It is ridiculous that we do. So around the country, let's all gather up. Let's make our voices heard in city councils and make your movements toward decriminalization. The time is now to go out there and educate your politicians. Don't wait. Be part of the movement. Cause the change. Be the change. Help people. And that's what the cannabis community has always been about. It's about all of us coming together in a unified force as a team and helping one another. And we will change the world together for the better. Public health, poverty, addiction, we can deal with all of these problems with a little plant. And so I love you guys. It's short. I want to hug my wife and kiss my kids goodnight. Because earlier today, I was at the county building, and we were lobbying for them to lift the moratorium on dispensaries and start to enable plant-based medicines to become part of the future. Because this whole movement surrounding cannabis, I think everybody's thought of it in a small-minded approach as far as at a political level. This is the disruptor for the pharmaceutical industry. This is how we get rid of, you know, the situation that is going on with the EpiPen, where they've taken it from $53 and it's now over $500 9 years after they acquired it. So the EpiPen, for a good example, well, you know, I think it was 1977 or 1972 it was discovered, and it was $53 when it was purchased 9 years ago. It's had almost 1,000% increase. You look at what Martin Shkreli did with, you know, his pharmaceutical company, and I'm tired as a citizen of the United States of paying the highest prices in the world for pharmaceutical pills and medical treatment. I'm tired of it, and I know you are too. So if you're tired of it, let's do something to change it. And the way we change it is that almost every pill in the world is simply a plant, an herb, a root, and it's extracted and standardized and put into a pill form, and then we're charged astronomical dollars for it. What we need to do is get down to growing our plants locally, right? So we create jobs and industry, and then encouraging compounding pharmacies that can make individualized medicines with high-level scientific applications to, you know, these molecules. And when we do that, we're going to disrupt the pharmaceutical industry, and we're going to make the healthcare industry efficient. And just like, you know, Uber did to taxis and Airbnb did to hotels, that's what we need to do to the pharmaceutical industry. And it's not going to hurt things, just like there's still taxi drivers. There's still going to be the pharmaceutical industry. But you know what there won't be? Exploitation of patients, because I can't stand for that, and I hope you can't either. So, you know, together we win, guys. We are a wonderful community, and we're winning together, and we're doing things that are amazing, and we're doing them simply because we are able to communicate effectively. So the one thing I'm going to encourage you to do is, as you're lobbying your politicians, you know, I know that you have a lot of passion on these subject matters, you know, you can't scream at people. You need to talk to people and get them to understand and do their own research. Point them in the right direction so they know which channels to look at, so they can get unbiased, scientific, evidence-based research to make intelligent decisions about what's best for your community. And fantastic, congratulations, Garyn. We're taking our power back. We need to be the CEOs of our own healthcare. The way this has all went, we have lost all patient responsibility in our current healthcare system. There is no patient responsibility whatsoever currently today. You know what patient responsibility is today? Doc, this isn't working. Up my script or down my script or give me a new medicine. That's not patient responsibility. Patient responsibility is making sure you're hydrated, eating well, and staying on top of your health care. Okay? And part of it is our physicians need to give us a treatment modality that includes more than pharmaceutical pills. It needs to include a diet plan and exercise. And we need to have wearables that are integrated that we're getting that data from. And once we get all of this built, we'll have a great learning tree for medicine. And from there, we can really start to eradicate diseases and get to the roots of the problem. And the one thing I do want to express in this segment here is that, you know, I know a lot of people at tonight's meeting were upset about cannabis being decriminalized because, and the stories that I heard were about the bums sitting out back that are pooping on couches and, you know, things like that. That's not cannabis's fault. Okay. Those people probably have some kind of mental ailment or addiction and they're homeless. So they have all kinds of other issues in their life, and cannabis is probably the least of that issue. So let's get to the root of problems and not drag other problems into a discussion where it doesn't belong. Let's focus on first, is cannabis more toxic than alcohol? Should it be regulated as such? And the answer is it absolutely should be, and even the President of the United States agrees with that. We've had multiple people from the DEA say the exact same thing at this point. So we already know that, you know, this is a pretty benign medicine and, you know, utilized in almost any sense except for absolute abuse. It has very little harm on society. And the truth of the matter is, even those people that are abusing cannabis, they have an addictive personality. And if they weren't abusing cannabis, they would probably be abusing a much harder substance. So I know that's a twisted way to look at it, but sometimes the lesser of two evils is what we want. And cannabis by no means is an evil in that context, and please don't take it out of that context. But you know, what I'm trying to say is that it's less harmful than almost everything else that addict could be addicted to. So it's most likely a personality flaw that needs to be rehabilitated or some kind of chemical imbalance that they need to find to not be addicted to anything. But let's keep problems in the lanes that they belong, and let's keep people out of prisons which they don't belong. And that's what I've got for you tonight. Time to go kiss my wife and babies, celebrate a small town victory, but a nice step forward for a really small city that has a lot of potential to become an innovative healthcare hub. And that's what we're trying to do here in the city of Port Richey, is we're trying to establish the city of Port Richey as the gateway to healthcare in the Gulf of Mexico. And if we do this correctly, we can do it. We can make property values rise. We can make poverty be a thing of the past. And we can work on addiction as well. I love y'all. Cheers to goodness. Peace out.